Nikki, how about your dogs? Do they recognize you when you come home from touring?
Oh, they always recognize me. They smell me coming from a mile away. I have three dogs, actually. I have this one little fur ball. She's like half Chihuahua, half Yorkie. And she's an old lady, and she'll squall it up real small or real slow like to me. And then we have one that's a little bit younger than her. She's like a little black schnauzer. And that's Cece. The first one's Sasha. And Cece, she's like, it's so funny because being a dog, she still acts like this proper lady. You know, when she sits all, you know. But she'll always come up and jump. And then we have this this pit bull named Indo. And then she just comes bulldozing over and she'll like knock you down and just lick all the makeup off my face from whatever's left. But yeah, I love my dogs. I miss them too. As you can tell, all you have to do is say dogs and I'll start talking about them. I love my pups.
Yeah, I see that's so difficult, because you miss people, of course, but it's like those puppies, they're like, come on.
It's in a sense, it's like the close thing.
Rock and roll.
Yeah, that's how I do it.
That should work. It's like, have you thought on at least taking a little puppy with you on tour?
Oh, I always think about it. I even think about taking the big ones, but nobody else would allow it. It's so funny because I always think like dogs is like the close idea to like the concept of God. Because no matter what, they love you. No matter what you do, where you go,
and
when you come back, when you come back, they're always the most excited people to see you. So I love them.
So, you are from California, right? Are you born and raised there?
Actually, I was born in Texas, Houston. Like my family's from Louisiana and Colombia. And I was just born in Texas, but I grew up as a SoCal kid, and that's where home is, good old Santa Ana.
Oh, yeah. Well, Santa Ana, it's like, wow, it's always, in the 90s or something?
Yeah, it's always warm. Like when I was younger, I was like, God, I can't wait to leave this horrible city. I just want to experience like weather and stuff. And then I toured around the country. I'm like, fuck that. Bring me back home, where it's always warm, you never need a jacket. There's no rain or snow or any kind of weather or seasons. It's just constant, summer and spring.
Yeah, and the ocean, of course.
And the ocean's right there. Depends on if one day I feel like getting a tan, I can go outside and just lay out. If not, and Disneyland's right around the corner. Come on.
So it's not that far from where Ash is from.
No. She's like, she grew up pretty much around that same area, like Santa Ana, Orange County, Anaheim, all that. It's just like this one little, it's in this one little 10, 15-minute area.
Yeah. Being that close to Disneyland, how often have you been there?
Oh, plenty. Usually most of us, if not all of us, have annual passes. And like being as a SoCal kid, most of us just have annual passes as a thing. Like say you have no money one day, what do you want to do? You go out and go to Disneyland. Just put in your pass, you get in for free, just hang out all night. And you always feel like a kid, and it's always so bad. Especially a band like us who grew up with that, who takes so much influence from a place like Disneyland, which seems kind of like family friendly, but there's always so many dark underlinings and conspiracies and stuff that's very intriguing, So all that stuff really just grabs you. That was an amazing face the baby just made too.
I guess.
Yeah.
Well, one more to touring. Ever thought on what rock stars or rock musicians on tour did before cell phones? It's like you're sitting there with your cell phone like every day, 10 hours, huh? Then you go on tour, then you go on stage, and then, checking the messages.
That dang old thing don't like me.
Don't worry.
Huh? But baby likes me. Ain't that right, baby? Baby, I'm going to interview you for a moment. How was that cookie? Quite delicious, huh? What does the monster do when it tries to attack the girl? Rah! That's right. That's right. That's all right. We're back to real interview. Okay, yeah.
Without the cell phones, yeah.
I think
it's a different time now.
Yeah, absolutely.
What have they done? Doing drugs.
Yeah, I was going to say, they probably drank a whole lot, done a lot of substances, hung out with a lot of loose moral women, and just partied. I remember just reading a lot of like the stories and like I don't know how real and exaggerated they were, but I remember like stuff like that. Like it intrigues you as like a young like rock and roll musician. That you think that's what like the life is all about. Going crazy and living on the edge. And then most of the time when you're on tour, it's
Don't worry, forget it.
you know.
You always want to destroy stuff, right?
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah, just my style.
Let it go. One other thing, you supported Manson last European tour.
Yeah, that was insane.
How often have you raided Manson's closet? Just to touch the
I
clothes
tried
there.
I tried to go, but I could never find it. It's always hidden in dark alleyways and a lot of voodoo to protect it. But yeah, just being on that was so surreal. Just knowing that, because I remember when I was younger, like Antichrist Superstar was like such an inspirational album. I thought it was the most punk rock thing to come out since I don't know, punk rock. And then just to be on that tour was it was the most insane thing ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still look back and be like, I can't believe I did that. And like, that was the first time we played at a sold out arena, which was just massive. I remember having this moment of like, usually I'm trying to break a guitar over my leg, but
You broke your leg.
no, I try to break my guitar on my leg.
Uh-oh.
But like they had this moment, I just had to like take a second, just like stare out and be like, I can't believe this is life right now. Just how I'm sure baby feels right now. Ain't that right, baby? Yeah. How does the mummy go?
How much do you learn from let's say a big tour like Manson that's like on for decades now almost?
You pretty much learn like it's all the same. Like it's the same kind of crew, same kind of people running the same kind of show. One
You have
thing.
roadies, you have tour managers.
Yeah, you have roadies, you have
catering.
TMs. One thing I don't want to learn is that they're just like us, because I'm still into the idea of like I love the rock gods. Like
Yeah.
I'm glad I
Yeah.
like I try never to meet any of like my heroes, and I'm as this is gonna sound horrible to say, like I'm glad I never met Bowie, just because now he's like immortalized like as a rock god. Like people like Elvis, Jim Morrison, like these untouchables, and like I've always wanted to keep that.
Have you
that
seen
there.
Bowie live?
No, I'm so bummed I never did though.
What have you done when he died? Did you light a candle?
I listen to all his albums all day
Siggy.
long. Well, actually MP3s now.
Oh, there you
it's
go,
all on
yeah.
phone. I was wearing like Bowie buttons, and I would kind of do like slightly inspirational makeup. I mean, that guy was a legend. Not just in music but in art and performance. Like it's fucking Bowie.
Well, one more. How is it having a female as boss?
Probably the same as having a male as a boss. I mean, it's really it's more so just having somebody who knows what they want, who knows what their vision is, and who has a drive and a passion for what they're doing. Because I played in bands where a guy, just didn't have it. I played in bands where a girl didn't have it. I don't really see it as a guy or a girl. It's just more so a leader and someone who knows and has a drive and that kind of passion and that hunger for their art. And here we are to sit here and back it up and to fight for it and to play that music. And although, it's really all of our art as well. It's our interpretation of her message, because in a sense she is the boss. She's writing the words. And to be honest, I wouldn't have it any other way. That girl kicks ass, and there needs to be more strong female singers in the world. Because a lot of, especially now, especially with the industry, I usually get asked, what do you think about the music industry? And I always say I never trust them. Because we always have this one thing, like we already have a female band for this one. I'm like, well, what does that have to do with anything? Shouldn't it be about music? It's no longer about music. So I think that what the world needs is more strong female musicians, singers out there. And I hope they can follow Ash's steps, because that girl kicks ass at what she does. Hey, what's up? This is Nikki Misery from New Year's Day, and you're watching Moolah Chalk, which is the only TV you need. Watch.
Moolah Chalk!